Hello, my friends. Liberty Garden, May 23rd, Thursday. And I am doing a little garden update. Pass down a few tips that to those who want to listen and learn something. And give you a little update on the potato patch as well. And on this little monster that, were not a dog, would probably be one of the four horses of the apocalypse. Probably famine because she tears down my garden like there's no tomorrow. So anyway, starting over here, I got my cucumbers. They're not doing terribly well. They're getting some spots on the leaves. Not sure what they are, but hopefully they start trellising soon. Got two more tomato plants here and some pepper plants here. And these are not doing as good as the ones that are in the keyhole garden. Point of reference, these tomato plants, that one right there, got planted at the same time as these. What's the difference? Infinitely better soil on this planter bed here. This soil, I've been cultivating this soil for 10 years, so it is very, very rich. And that one on the ground is not so much. For Tyler, your beans, Tyler, they're gonna need a trellis. You see all these plants that I have here for beans? They go up this little trellis, and actually, if you can put a taller trellis is better. The beans know where to go up. Like this one, it got to the top and automatically knew that the next path up would be this one, and it just shoots out a little vine and it goes up. And now you can see how that vine is starting to eye something. It's starting to look for something to hang on to, maybe the peach tree or the fig, I don't know, but those are beans, they need to trellis. In a bucket, the way you have them, put a cage like this over the bucket and they will trellis just fine. Put a pole, something, but they will need to trellis. Tomatoes, likewise, they need to trellis, but not so much because they like to climb, but because they break if you leave them without any support. So like this one here, this branch, I need to tie it up to this one here so that it stays here. Otherwise, it's going to start hanging. The tomatoes are going to hang, fall to the ground, rot, get pests on them, etc. Let's see over here. I got more tomato plants on this side. I got these are cherry tomatoes, very beautiful plant. It's probably the most healthiest plant of all. I got a little bug there. I squash it. There you go. Cherry tomatoes are amazingly productive and easy to grow. More so than any other kind of tomato you have out there. Cherry tomatoes, little grape tomatoes, the small ones, the small varieties, they are very productive. They taste great. You can make salsas out of it. I make salsas out of those things all the time. And they're very pest free, unlike the Romas and all the black Cherokees and also all the other varieties that are very prone to get blight and stuff like that. Cherry tomatoes are amazing. Moving on, I got another, I think it's a black Cherokee. Like I said, look at this tomato plant. I neglected it and now it's falling down. I need to give it some support, probably against the fence, tie it up and let it go up, because otherwise it'll be on the floor and it's just nothing but trouble. Here's Estella. Look at her. What a monster. Last week we had some very bad storms. We've been having very bad storms this spring season. I know Hupos is going to say it's global warming. I don't know what the hell it is, but Texas weather is very unpredictable in spring. And we had a lot of rain, came real hard on these potato plants, and then a lot of wind, and the gate came open. And the next morning, this dog had come in here and basically dug out a bunch of potatoes. You can see some potatoes here sticking out. There we go. I'll take this one out. Put it in my pocket, little bitty one. These are ready, but see, if they get sun exposure, they start getting green like that. So I need to put it in the fridge in the dark place for a couple of days. Putting it away in my pocket now. So these potato plants are pretty much done. I don't know how much production I'm gonna get. Probably not much. I did not even see them go to flower. They're probably just starting to, I don't know, but they're all falling down and that's it, they're done. Now these ones that I planted a month later, they're starting to go to flower already, which these were almost done as well. So I'll be harvesting these in the next 30 days or so. Farming is not easy, guys, I tell you. My okra plants are barely starting to pick up. This tells me that, as usual, I jumped the gun. I planted them a little too early. Okras like a lot of heat. They don't like cold snaps. They don't like anything but heat. So there is no harm in waiting for some of these plants. Just wait. Okras grow real fast. Once they get started, okras grow fast. They outgrow most of the plants in your garden. And just wait. Give them time. They need heat. Here's a tomato plant. They're starting to put out nice green tomatoes already. I got more tomato plants here. I think these are Roma tomatoes. And I got another pepper here. Yeah, this is pepper, and I got this little grapevine kind of tangling up in the pepper. I need to clear that out, otherwise it's going to kill my pepper plant. And I got a grapevine here, but it's a mess. I was meaning to take it out to the farm and didn't get around to it. Now I'll tell you something, a nectarine. Nectarines are extremely prolific producers. I chopped this down last year a lot, and look at all the fruits that's loaded on it. Everything is loaded. Every branch is loaded. Move. Come on, move, Stella. Move, 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 move. The problem with these nectarines, and it's my fault because I don't like to put anything on my fruits, on my trees, but I need to put some permethrin or something. The Asian moth fly, I think it's called that, lays a little egg right there. And then the fruit falls, or if it doesn't fall and it grows to maturity, you may find a little worm inside when you're eating the fruit. A little more protein, but nonetheless, it's not very pleasant sometimes. So that's the issue with that. But as far as being a good producer, it is amazing. I mean, this tree is my most productive tree in the backyard. That peach tree, I pruned it severely last year, so this year hasn't put out any fruits. That's okay. And this apple tree is catching a little bit. Move over, Stella. Come on, leave my garden alone. Come on, get away, get away. This tree is catching some, what's it called? This is like rust, some kind of rust blight, I think, rust blight. Cedars get it. There's a lot of cedars in my neighborhood, and that thing comes over to apple trees as well. Basically, you need to, when you see these branches, you need to cut all the way over here, back. And if you see it right now, you only see the leaves dying, right? So that's no big deal. But if you ever see like a branch start running out, you go back a good 6 to 10 inches back, cut, and then you disinfect your pruners within cuts. Like this branch here, this is a perfect example. This one, right, it's starting to get brown down. I need to cut it around right here. Just cut it completely, throw it away. Put it in a trash bag, throw it away, because this will kill your tree. I've had trees like that die that I didn't realize it at some point, and the bacteria starts eating the tree away all the way down to the trunk. Once it gets down here, you're done. So keep that in mind with apple trees. What else I have here? The fig trees. They're putting out some figs. This one's a little bigger. Got a lot of them also. There's a lot of mockingbirds starting to show up already. And this peach tree has a lot of peaches on it as well. I don't really eat any of this crap. I get tired of it. In front, oh, here's a pear tree. This one has a lot of pears too. These nice little pears. And in front, I got a plum tree that's loaded with plums. I gotta show you this. And also, since I don't put any chemicals on it, I get little worms on them. So there you have it here on the floor. There's a lot of plums on the ground, and there's a lot of plums on the tree. Like, these are delicious. These I like a lot. But see, there's that little thing there where the little moth laid an egg and it went in there. So this one, I usually just cut it with a knife, eat the good stuff, and when the little worm starts coming out, so the white little worm, I just take it out and kill it. Got some water delivery today. Okay, so hey, Uncle Al, see if you're listening this far into the video. I got about 20 of these inside the house. You think it's enough? Well, let's see. Let's go back in. And folks, that's about it for this garden update. I think that's all I got to do. Oh, the potatoes. The here's the potatoes. The sweet potatoes. I gotta put more. I got more that. Here you see it right there. There's my potato seed. These are the ones that I'm putting in water to then transplant into here. So let's see. I really don't have that much experience with sweet potatoes, but let's see how that turns out. And the beans, quite frankly, I like to eat them green in salads. But when it comes to planting beans, unless you got a couple of hectares or something, acres, just buy them, store them away. They take it's a lot of work to harvest them and everything. Put them away. I mean, you're probably better off just buying the beans. But if you like to eat them fresh on salads, like the sweet peas and stuff like that, well, then just grow them here. Okay, folks, until next time, thanks for watching.